Welcome to homeschooling. You may be wondering, now what? Step one is to find out about legal requirements through research to find out what your state's requirements are. Find out about paperwork, what subjects are mandatory, how many hours you're responsible for homeschooling, and if there's anything else. You can use social media to reach out to other homeschoolers in your area, and they can point you in the right direction to find the answers that you need. So, as soon as you pull your kids from an institutional educational environment, you need to find out how to make it legal. All right, next, general ideas for starting. Tell your social network. Some people may have questions. It will come up eventually, so you might want to tell everyone all at once, or you can delay this step. It's up to you. Find out about place and time. So it can be something simple like your kitchen table or living room couch. It can be a whole basement, a whole room with posters, bookshelves. I like to make little things on my printer and then put them around the house with poster tape, which doesn't affect your paint. Also, you can laminate things you print. Is another tip. Get a laminator. Think about schedules. Some people use block scheduling. You might want to look into that. Check out free curriculum reviews on Kathy Duffy Reviews. She doesn't know who I am. I'm just telling you this is tremendously helpful. KathyDuffyReviews.com. All kinds of curriculum is listed there, and you can read what she thinks about each kind. Types of homeschool styles. There's so many different types. Traditional is almost like going to a regular school in your home. Unschooling is exactly the opposite, and there's everything in between. Eclectic is a little of this and a little of that. You can research these further. All right, you can think about what kind of goals you have. Are you trying to help your children know and love God more? Preparing for future professions, for being critical thinking citizens, for life as adults and their families, maximizing their abilities, talents, especially if your child has extremely high abilities or has some challenges. Just think about your goals as you make your plans and outsource and network. You are your child's academic coordinator. You're kind of like a gatekeeper. You can go to a hybrid school a couple days a week and they give you homework the other few days. Micro schools where someone else homeschools your child, all kinds of co-ops out there, clubs, lessons, online classes, homeschool group field trips, tutoring, NILD, educational therapy, play dates. There's all sorts of opportunities. So just because you have committed to being a homeschool parent doesn't mean that you are now your child's world. You can find resources outside of yourself, especially online. There's so much, including so much free stuff now. The first week, you may need to start slow and fun. It's such a big paradigm shift for your kid. So, talk with them about what they're feeling, about the changes, what they miss, what they're looking forward to, any hopes they have for homeschooling. You might just start fun with picnics in the park and fun field trips and going to all kinds of different homeschool groups till you find your fit and figure out your routines together. Find out what works for your family. Remember, your relationship with your child is key. Stay connected. Create a home that's full of life and joy. Some details in your own life may need to get rearranged. You might have less time for meal prep and cleanup, or you might want to involve your children more in the process. You might try a delivery service. You might need to change your priorities, like your friendships and your hobbies, and just be prepared for that change. Work at facilitating meaningful friendships for your children. So quality may be better than quantity. Help them find their friends and then prioritize these friendships. Plan around regular meetups with their best friends, and families who homeschool might be a good choice. Practical matters like economics. Look for affordable ways to stock up on school supplies, including workbooks, art supplies. You can go to homeschool group sales where people sell things they haven't used, yard sales, social media sites like Facebook's Book Swap for Christian Families group, others school closings, going out of business sales. You may need to find opportunities to work from home to help with your new endeavor in life. Consider making ample use of the local library. They have story times, community events. Some people have different views about using the library or not using the library. Here's a tip. You might research the books you want and then place them on hold for convenience. You can just come in, grab the books you want, and then leave if you need to. Asynchronous development. So some traits are characteristic of many homeschoolers, and one is asynchronous development. So here's some examples. if they're ready for 8th grade math but reading at a 6th grade level, or reading at a 7th grade level but writing like a second grader. You can celebrate their strengths, shore up their weaknesses, and delight in the freedom to tailor education for your loved ones. So this kind of customization is unparalleled in an institution. You can really help your child just where he or she is. So here's just a quote I love. I haven't read this book, by the way. We cannot continue to send our children to Caesar for their education and be surprised when they come home as Romans. I know many people have a variety of reasons for homeschooling. I just love this quote. And from the Bible, these commandments I give you today are to be on your hearts. Impress them on your children. Talk about them when you sit at home and when you walk along the road, when you lie down, when you get up, just all the time. And enjoy, finally, enjoy homeschooling. It is such a gift, not only for your children, but for you as well.